Michael, would you like to give us the time?
Absolutely. Today is Tuesday, August 15th, 2017. The time is 7:59. We're up in the great room at our home in Mission Viejo. We're up in the great room with Lord Maitreya, the Magisterial Son, and he is with the local universe Mother Spirit. Maitreya is to our left. He is in the blue leather chair, and our local universe Mother is to our right, and she is in the King Tut throne chair. We welcome you both so much, being here in our wonderful home. We welcome you so much, and we also pray for world peace tonight with others who are joining us for world peace.
Thank you, Michael. This is a moment that we have dreamed about. This is a moment that is miraculous, eventful, and so important to us and to all the world. We welcome Lord Maitreya. We welcome the local universe Mother. Thank you so much, Mother, for bringing in Lord Maitreya. I know that in 1976, that Elizabeth Clare Prophet brought in a dictation from Maitreya, and he kept saying at the end, "I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming." And I know that in 1977, that Benjamin Creme announced to everyone that Maitreya had left the Himalayas and boarded an airplane to come to England and reside in the Asian community in London. And now, here with this new Magisterial Mission, we are told that Maitreya has boarded a plane for America. Here, not only in America, but where we live in California, a new headquarters of the world for Maitreya to operate through and in. And we welcome you so dearly to our country, to our state, and to our home here in Mission Viejo, one of the safest cities in the United States. Always number 1, 2, or 3. I don't know if we ever have been number 4, but we're always on top. So we wish you welcome. We give you our love. We thank you for your love for being here.
Well, I'd like to start with a prayer, since we have some of our friends joining us in our World Peace Prayer, our Worldwide Prayer Circle, our Worldwide Prayer Circle for World Peace. We welcome them, and I'd like to say a little prayer, if I may, for world peace. Dear Lord Maitreya, and dear local universe Mother Spirit, and dear local universe Father, and infinite Mother Spirit, and universal Father, we humbly ask that you help us in working toward making our world a better place, in opening the hearts and the minds and the souls and spirits of everyone on this earth for harmony, for compassion, for love, and to cultivate a life that champions world peace. We pray for world peace in every town, every country, every continent, everywhere on our earth. And as the Infinite Mother Spirit has told us, it is also important to pray for peace in other solar systems and other universes. So we pray for world peace there also. So Lord Maitreya, you're here tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We ask that your celestial team that is with you help us all work toward world peace and a better planet. Thank you again for being here. God bless your work. God bless our work, please. Thank you so much.
I just want to say that we both are very humbled by this meeting. Elizabeth Clare Prophet passed away on October 15th, 2009. And Benjamin Creme left us October 24th, 2016. We have lost both of those dear hard workers for you, and who told the world about you. We learned so much about you from the Tao, the Great Tao, and we thank them. We never dreamed when we set up our altar in the living room back in the 1990s that this event would ever come. The Tao in Malaysia, where we visited and were with Master Wong, we thought this would be only in Malaysia, or only, I had told Beth, one of the Tao women that trained with Master Wong, with the training, that I had gotten that Maitreya was in Scotland for a period of time. I never dreamed that he would come here to America to be with us. Now that Elizabeth, and I did love Elizabeth with all my heart, I loved her so much. She was so beautiful and wonderful. But I know that she's working hard, I'm sure, for you still. And Benjamin Creme, I'm sure the same. I never dreamed that this moment could ever be. We are most humbled to have the local Universe Mother bring you in. And I understand, and I would like to have you confirm it, you will be working here. I was told possibly coming every week. Possibly every week, yes. Thank you so much. I'm just really overwhelmed. This is truly a humbling moment.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming. Every week.
Every week.
Thank you for coming every week. And I guess it's to work with some of your team members, to work with the local Universe Father and Mother. Yes?
Yes, of course.
And to work with us.
Not exactly work with us, but we're hoping that you will give us some information so we may share it. So we may share it with others, our friends. But we won't be actually working with him.
I see. Like as one of his team members?
No, no, but we certainly can be called maybe friends that can share his messages with others. And he will be here every week. How wonderful. This is really exciting. I know I was told that you were out on the patio. Had you been out there very long? Not very long. About 20 minutes, half an hour. 20 minutes, half an hour. I hope that you will enjoy our home. We always say to all the team members of your team, Mikasa e Sukasa, right, Michael?
Yes. Our home is your home.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We offer you our home, anything that we have. This is not that large of a home, but it certainly is bigger now that you are here. Yes, we are so grateful.
And we'll make any accommodations necessary.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. On the right of myself and Michael. There is a big painting, well, it's actually a photo of Maitreya, but in the Great Tao way. How would you say? It's the Maitreya.
Yes, it's a poster. It's
Yes.
a poster that has a picture of a statue of the Maitreya Buddha.
Yes.
And it's a poster that you can see displayed in temples and in holy houses in the spiritual tradition of Maitreya Great Tao,
Yes.
which is an Asian, an Oriental expression of the desire or the anticipation for you, Lord Maitreya, to come and to help better our world, make it a better planet, inspire us to cultivate peace and joy and to respect nature and not harm our fellow beings on this planet so that we can all live and joy in peace. And on top of the Maitreya statue in the poster are 4 Chinese characters. And they mean basically peace, joy, and happiness on the earth, and Maitreya, may you bring this to us. So we have that in our great room.
Yes. We also have a lovely statue to our left that Beth Kunlan Chok delivered to us and presented us with. And it's about, I would say...
2 feet high.
About 2 feet high. And it again is in the same way depicted. Now, of course, you, Lord Maitreya, you are in a Hispanic body, and you will be in that for the most of the time of this Magisterial Mission, most of the time. And we were told you would come more casual this evening, and we see that you are in green, and we also notice the local universe mother is in green, so I guess you kind of planned that? You didn't? Oh, all right.
Well, I'm in green too.
And I'm in green too. I don't know how that happened. That is very strange. We're all 4 in green tonight. Just a synchro destiny, I guess. But you were in a comfortable outfit, shorter pant, and a short sleeve shirt, and all in green, and the mother in a very pale green dress, but she is in a long dress tonight, which is a little different. The local universe mother is in a pale gown that is to the floor, and she does have sleeves, and it does have a V-neck, and the sleeves are longer. So she's looking a little more formal, and Lord Maitreya and Michael and I are a little more casual, although I'm in a green dress too. So we thank you for everything. We're just overwhelmed with this. And you were on the patio before you came in, but not with any angels. I don't see that there is any activity going on there right now. But will you be staying after the meeting? No. Lord Maitreya, will you be going back to the condos? You will. Oh, he will. In Irvine. So you have been there already. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I hope that you enjoy our beautiful cities here in California. And we'll certainly, we'll hope that you're comfortable. And I understand you don't sleep. No, he doesn't. So, but you will be convening with them tonight again. Both of the condos? No, just with one. Are you going to be with the Melchizedeks? No. You will be with the Trinity Teacher Sons tonight. Oh, very good, excellent. We have met them, and we are very, very honored to have been able to have a meeting with them also. And all 8 of the Melchizedeks, the 4 incarnating and the 4 not incarnating, we have now had meetings with, and we are so pleased.
And the archangels.
And the 4 archangels are so pleased to be included in your entourage and meeting them. So thank you.
And we also met the seraphim
Yes,
that night.
yes.
I believe it was
May 26th?
May 26th, yes.
I believe it was May 26th.
So thank you for giving us the opportunity
yes.
to meet some of your team.
Yes.
We didn't know that you would be here this soon.
Oh no. Oh no.
But we welcome your presence here, and I want you to know, Lord Maitreya, that we are signed up and we are ready to do your will, to spread your message. We are ready.
Do your bidding. We are signed up and delivered.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
We really want to help if there's anything we can do, and if it's just to share any message that you might have, then we will do that.
Yes.
And if there's anything at all else, and Local Universe Mother, if you have things, no, just share the message. That's mainly what they want us to do. Lord Maitreya, will you be coming back to see us? You will be. Oh, wonderful. Now, would it be very often, not terribly often, about once every 3 weeks, maybe?
Once every 3 weeks.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, to see us personally.
Yes, to give us some information. Yes, we would be thrilled to have you come back about every 3 weeks. He'll be here
Every week to meet with others.
And every third week, possibly to share with us a little information.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you so much. What a joy. What a joy. Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. Please be happy and joyful in these surroundings. Michael worked very hard on the yard work so that this property could look better for you. We had the palm trees trimmed.
The front yard, entryway, side yard, backyard, pool, everything. Backyard. We spruced it all up in the great room up here, just for you. So
just for you.
we want you to know that you're welcome.
Yes.
We love you, and we want to share with you.
And he's saying he loves us too.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, we are so honored. I just really cannot believe this. I always loved Elizabeth Clare Prophet so dearly, and when I read her dictation that she gave with you, it was so inspiring. I never dreamed this could actually be. I'm still overwhelmed, and please forgive me.
And Lord Maitreya, you're famous. That's what strikes me as so wonderful about this meeting, is that throughout history you've been mentioned and you've been anticipated. You're very famous, and to have you here is just
a glory.
It's glorious.
It is glorious. Now, we understood from reading from Elizabeth's books that you are the 5th Buddha. That is correct. And also, I want to know from you, are you the last Buddha for this earth? You are. So you really are not taking over. You are the Buddha for the rest of this eternal life on the earth, for the earth's life. Is that correct? That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, eternal, you said eternal life.
Eternal yes, because, is it eternal? No.
You mean its entirety?
Yes.
Its entire life.
Entire life, yes, of this earth, yes. So you are the last Buddha and the number 5. All right, I see. We learned a lot about you from the Tao, and we set up, actually, we have a large altar in the living room, and we have a smaller altar in a room downstairs that was a family room. And so we put these altars in because we were so impressed with everything that the Tao was telling us. Are you going to be staying mostly in America for the first few years? Yes. Now, we understood that maybe you would be here mostly for the first 3 years. You're saying no, longer. Well, that's, so you are going to be mostly here in America for longer than 3 years, longer than 10, 15, 20, 25. No, for at least the next 20 years. Well, my goodness, what an honor to have you in America. How grateful we are. I know I was talking to a Urantia reader yesterday that called, asking what was happening today.
Urantia book reader.
Yes, a Urantia book reader. And he was talking about how glorious it was that you were coming to America and to be here with us. This is just, again, all of these things are just so overwhelming to us. I know you had been in London, and I was told in Scotland. Is that true? Yes. In London, in the Asian section, and also in Scotland, where Benjamin Creme was born, too. And so now you are relocated to America. Well, we are honored. We hope that all Americans eventually can hear of you, can hear of what you're doing, and if we can put out even to a small number. No, you're saying no, not a small number. We have to put it out to a large number.
Okay.
All right,
Large
yes,
number.
okay. I'm starting to get your energy, and your energy is very strong. You want it put out to a lot of people. Oh, you're saying really a lot of people. Well, I don't know how we're going to do that, but if you're coming to see us every third week, then possibly you can give us some more ideas also, as we have asked the archangels and the Melchizedeks and the Trinity Teacher Sons to help us, to
Well,
give us ideas.
We have a song about you on YouTube.
Oh,
We have a
yes.
song,
Yes.
Maitreya, called Maitreya.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought that maybe the music would be an avenue
Yes.
for people to learn about you and to learn about your message through us. So we have a song on YouTube, and we have other songs to follow on this new album called Sixth Revelation, which is in a little different direction than the first two albums. Our first album was probably, as you know, mainly focused on Urantia book concepts. And our second album dealt a little bit more with our team meetings with the local universe father and mother, talking about concepts about the 10-year plan of the father and mother. And then this new album is about you and about this mission. And the music is going to be appealing more to, to a worldwide, maybe a younger audience, with a little bit more upbeat type music, but with the concepts and messages of your mission. So I'm hoping that maybe the music will be one of the avenues, but if you have any other ideas, of course, we're open to those.
Oh, of course. And at the end of the meeting, with your permission, I've asked Michael to play the song that he's written of Maitreya, just for you and for the local universe mother too. Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much for bringing in Maitreya. Lord Maitreya, oh goodness, how wonderful. Now I noticed that you have a pretty short haircut. Of course, you have the darker hair. You're coming in with the Hispanic body. But we were told that it would be of a little lighter shade, but it looks pretty dark right now.
Does it?
Yeah, not black, but pretty dark brown. And we were told your eyes were green, but you're not coming in with green eyes tonight. They're more of a hazel.
Hazel?
Uh-huh. But I know my eyes look green sometimes and gray sometimes, and it depends. But you certainly have a beautiful outfit on. It's very casual and very comfortable looking, and everything is fine, and a beautiful gown for the mother. Is there something that you would like to tell us right now, at this moment? Lord Maitreya is saying that right now he wants us to start to try and be more comfortable with him. He is concerned about that. He wants us to be relaxed and not worry about being with someone of such a importance to us, you know. He wants us to be relaxed, be comfortable with him. He wants to get us to being more joyful and more happy, and don't be so tense. I mean, we are a little tense right now with him here. We're kind of overwhelmed. But he wants us right away to relax, take a deep breath, and realize that he is here to help us, to help everyone in the world, to be more joyful, more happy, more relaxed. We don't have to be on a formal way of doing things or mode with him, that he wants us to just be more casual. And I'm sure as time goes on, if you're coming here every week, and we know that you are here, and every third week, hopefully, that we may be able to exchange some words, that I'm sure that we will be. It's just we were a little tense here at the beginning. I'm sorry.
So you're a friend. You're a friend.
Exactly.
All right.
That's...
All right.
Yes, yes.
You're a friend.
He wants to be a friend. You know?
Right.
He wants to be a friend. Yes, I can tell that you are a... I was going to say that you are a very down-to-earth person. That doesn't...
Down to earth.
Down to earth.
Okay, sorry, I just got it. Yeah. Down to earth.
But of course, you are very concerned that we be relaxed and happy and joyful, and not be fearful, and not be tense. I know a few minutes before we came in here, we were just a little bit concerned. We didn't know how to quite approach you. After all,
I was thinking how huge the moment was.
Yes.
Because, you know, Maitreya, I was laying in bed, just kind of relaxing, saying to myself, you know, this is something that I've been working toward for the last 25 years at least. And I know there were preparations before that, you know, where I was preparing myself and making the sacrifices and doing the things necessary to make myself a pure vehicle for this moment. So this is something that I've been working toward my whole life and sacrificing for, culminating in this moment. So you could probably guess that we were probably, and myself especially, you know, a little intense, a little overwhelmed, you know, with the moment. But now you're saying to just kind of relax,
kick back,
and enjoy it, and kick back. I'm fine with that.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Let's do the work, and let's.
We'll try.
Let's be a good team. I'm here.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
of course. Thank you. Thank you so much for trying to put us to ease about that situation. Thank you. Do you have something to tell us about this period of time with your relocation here? You are in the condos, going back and forth? No, you, oh, that's interesting. his presence is in both condos at the same time. Of course, you could do that, couldn't you? Of course, you don't have to go back and forth, do you? No, he doesn't. That's really amazing. That's a wonderful thing. You're so lucky to be able to do all these wonderful things. So your presence is in both condos at the same time with all of them. Well, how wonderful. How lovely.
Yeah, and just to recap, the condos are in Irvine.
Yes.
Relocated to America.
Yes.
Setting up 2 condos in Irvine from which, to form a base. But certainly coming here to the world headquarters to work with all of your team members and such.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. That's great.
Yes, I kept describing you as going back and forth, and I'm glad that you've made it finally clarified that your presence is in both at the same time.
And here too, at the same time?
No.
Okay, so traveling here for
is a little bit different.
Jobs
yes.
and things.
And have you actually ridden in a car? Oh, you do ride in cars. Of course, you've been in London. That's certainly a modern country. I'm sorry. Of course. So you're riding in cars now with your new body, and I hope it's comfortable and you're enjoying that, and all of your team members. Now, I understood that your Trinity teacher sons have been with you for a long time. Yes. I see. So what about the Melchizedeks? Have you been, and with them also? You have been, so. All right, so you have been together. This is not a new group for you, no.
In other places or on this planet?
In other places. Other places. Perhaps in London, and they were working with you there. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, because I've heard that you've been working on many peace endeavors around the world before beginning this magisterial mission.
I've always been curious, Lord Maitreya, what kind of work did you do with Benjamin Creme? Is it the same kind of work you're doing now, or was that a different stage in your influence on this earth? What kind of work were you doing with Benjamin Creme? Can you tell us, or is that...
He really can't, but he will say that it was a different kind of work. There were projects involved.
But this particular mission is a little different?
This is, because he is working with the local father and mother. The local father.
Local universe father.
On this mission. And this is the mission that we call the 10-year plan.
And magisterial mission.
And the magisterial mission. The 10-year plan is the first 10 years of the magisterial mission. And this will be different, a different situation. His work with Creme was good and fruitful, and a fabulous organization was built from it, Share International, that puts out wonderful information on vegetarianism and all kinds of important things and ways to share with others.
And also, the work that you did with Benjamin Creme, was that work different than the work you did with the Theosophical Society? And maybe what was your focus in your work with the Theosophical Society that might have been different than your work with Share International and Creme?
He says he didn't really work with Benjamin Creme. He didn't really work with him. All his work was done by himself and with his celestials.
Okay.
He didn't really work with Creme.
Nice. Yes,
Benjamin Creme would put out some of his messages.
Got it.
But he didn't really work with Benjamin Creme.
Got it.
What the about work with the Theosophical Society, again, is different. And of course, now we have this work of the Magisterial Mission, which is a 50-year plan. Will you be working with the Magisterial Mission plan for the full 50 years? No, not particularly. You'll be working with them for 20 years, more than 20. Not really. It's mostly your job is really the first 20 years. First 20 years is mostly your job.
Of the 50
You will
year.
be here. He will be here for the 50, but his main thrust is the first 20 to get the job done. The last 30 years will be more implementing everything so that the people are pretty well in a new way of living. The first 20 years to get it in place, so to speak, and then the last 30 to have the people working in a new way of living on this planet.
Okay. So we could say maybe first 20 years building infrastructure,
Yes.
establishing the programs.
Yes, he's saying yes.
And then 30 years for it to sink in and be executed and implemented.
Yes, and the people to live it, begin living in it all. And that will take some time because the world and the people we're pretty used to this type of civilization. And it's going to be a new way of living and new programs put into place for the whole world. For the whole world.
Do you prefer me to ask questions right now, Lord Maitreya, or would you like to tell us some messages or some information that you have?
I think he would like to tell us some things. First, he wants to have us put out the word that he is their friend. They needn't feel they have to worship him. He would rather that they don't. He wants to be thought of as someone that we can depend on to do this job and to do it well, and I know he will.
How would we phrase that? Just like that? I mean, pretty basically?
He wants to be a friend to everyone, no matter who they are. He wants to be a friend to the friendless, people who have no friends. He wants to be a friend to people who are in prisons, to people who are in confinement. He wants to be a friend to people who are in hospitals. He wants to be a friend to the affluent, those who have political abilities to use to implement his plans. He wants to be a friend to everyone in every country in the world, a friend that he is thought of as a friend, not to fear, not to worship, but a friend, a real friend.
Will we be instrumental in putting that out?
No.
How will that happen, Lord Maitreya? How will your team express that to all of these people so they can know that you are their friend?
We have a group of people here that we are involved with, the Urantia book readers, but it is a small group. It is around the world. We do have members around the world, but not enough. They are going to be contacting church leaders and people of influence around the world, people that we cannot reach. And some of these workers will be in human bodies, and they will be given jobs to accomplish this, to put out the message that Maitreya is a friend. Right now, Lord Maitreya is working with the Tao and trying to find people of influence in the Tao that can spread the news to the Asian countries. And also here in America, too, because we do have the Tao here in America. Canada, they have new temple, beautiful new temple. So our influence is not enough, but what we can do is tell everyone that we do speak to, or on the radio, that he wants to be thought of as a friend, that we put that foremost. That seems to be his foremost thought tonight, is that we think of him as a friend, and that the world thinks of him as a friend. And unfortunately, we don't have that sphere of influence to be able to do as much as is needed. And I know Share International, even though Krem has passed on, they are continuing to send information and print his books, and hopefully they will be told the message, or we can send it out to them, that he wants to be thought of as a friend, and this is the most important thing that he wants people to know, that he is their friend. Do not fear the changes that come, because he is their friend and only wants the very best and happiness and joy for them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to say to us, Lord Maitreya, or would you like me to ask a couple of questions?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering, we've had some of your team members, some of your team member workers here at our home, and a number of them have mentioned that they are beginning to work or have worked with political leaders in our country and possibly political leaders around the world. They've talked about world peace, working with groups, working with leaders for world peace. They've also mentioned working on social issues and things like that. I'm just wondering, as far as world peace goes, asking you directly, Lord Maitreya, what is your role in this world peace process, since the Father is said to pray for world peace every night, and that this first 3 years of the 10-year plan, the focus will be world peace. I'm wondering, how are you, as the leader of the Magisterial Mission, what will you be doing for world peace?
Well, first he says he's not the leader of the Magisterial Mission. The Magisterial Mission is the local universe Father. He is the leader. But certainly he is the senior party in this. Senior party in this. Next, he is going to make sure that we have peace in the world. This is his goal, to make sure that we have peace in the world. He is not interested in producing anything else for this magisterial mission. peace is required. In other words, it's not. Yes, it is not an option to not have peace for this 50 years. Peace is the goal. Therefore, he is going to make sure, to all of his abilities, that that is what happens. Now, what may occur to produce that, might be a little bit in his bailiwick. In other words, he will be the one who will decide what that is. He is determined that we will have peace for this magisterial mission.
Do you have to work with humans? Does the world peace have to come through humans, or is it something that your team is mostly in charge of? I mean, how much human free will and how much human interaction or involvement is necessary for this world peace that you will accomplish?
He is saying that it is not really in the hands of the humans as they think. This is going to be done by him and the Father and his team. And they assure us that they will make sure that ultimately there will be world peace. They are determined to make that a goal. There are some on the earth right now, humans, that believe they have the power to make that a impossibility, but world peace will be the result.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yes, there are some that are threatening that goal, that there are certainly, and they are humans, We have certainly those that are on the earth that are trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. But Lord Maitreya and the local Universe Father are determined that peace will be the result. Ultimate result.
And I'm assuming they're infinitely more powerful than
yes,
than humans.
yes. He's saying that ultimately the humans do not have the power to make the outcome of this anything except what they want. They have made their plans. They have their team set up to start implementing it. Definitely they're going to use humans to bring this about, but humans do not ultimately have the say of what's going to be the result. They are in charge. They are in charge. Ultimately, there may be some skirmishes, but they are ultimately in charge, and it will go the way that they want it.
Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lord Maitreya, but that stands to reason because you have a system, a mechanism that's working, and you have to maintain balance and equilibrium in this system. I would assume that you have to step in and intervene so that things don't get too out of control because of the humans, I would assume.
Exactly,
yes?
exactly, yes. And he is under the local Universe Father, and he is ready to do this job.
So is it a time that you have to step in, or is this you're stepping in a natural sequence or natural course of events in a planetary history or planetary evolution, or is this a time that you have to? Is it a crisis time where you have to step in?
Lord Maitreya, you are saying to me that this is a time that you have to step in. I know you've been telling the world that you were coming at least since 1976 with Elizabeth Clare Prophet and 77 with Benjamin Krem. But you are saying that you have to come in and do this. That there has to be a change in the way that people live on the earth to bring about what the local Universe Father has in mind for the earth as a world that is more perfect. And the way that things are going now, it cannot achieve that goal.
It's off course?
No,
No?
it's not off course, it's not going in the right path. I know that sounds like it's off course, but they're saying no, it's not off course. It's just that it's headed toward a goal or a situation that they do not want for the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not headed toward the direction they want. But they're still saying it's not quite off course. Is it because we're not going fast enough? Maybe we're not going fast enough in the changes that they want. It's not off course so much, it's just...
Evolution is not fast enough?
Yes. The technology is going fast enough.
Technology's good.
But the people, as far as their energy level, their lifestyles,
What about governments?
the governments, he's trying to tell me that the people are just not ready. They are not ready to be operating all of this technology they've been given and have a better world. They are lagging behind physically and mentally.
Spiritually?
Absolutely spiritually. So I think he's saying that they have given us the technology, but we have not kept pace in keeping our bodies fit as we should, and our energy levels and our lifestyle to be able to use the technology to bring about this world peace and happiness for everyone in the world. We are using it for ourselves in the more prosperous countries and not sharing as much as we should. There's a lot of waste in our world. I know I was reading an article about the food waste, how much food is wasted every year in our country of America. And that money for that food could be given to countries that need it so desperately in other parts of the world. So he's saying the technology, they have done everything and they have done their part. The local universe father, Lord Maitreya, they have done everything they can to bring about this world peace, and it should have been by now.
Really?
It should have been. People should not be starving right now. Women in Venezuela should not say, "We have so much oil, why don't we have any food?" This is an extraordinary situation that with the technology they have given us, that we are not using it efficiently to produce what is really important. Enough food to feed the world. Enough necessities, medical care to care for the world. They have done their part. We feel, they say that we have done our part. We feel that the world, the people, are lagging behind in their efforts to bring about this. So they're having to step in to try and speed up this process. Yeah. People are having wonderful amusements and distractions from the real necessities that are necessary in the world.
So they've set everything up. Humans have not used the technology, used the gifts, used the blessings with their own free will to make the world a better place.
In the time that they were hoping that it would be done.
In the time, okay.
Yes.
And the cutoff point?
They're saying that we're about 50 years behind.
50
And
years.
so the Magisterial Mission will be 50 years. And they're going to try and speed that up and get us so that we are working at where we should be
So we
in
should
50 years.
We should have had world peace 50 years ago.
No, by now. By now.
Uh-huh.
We're about 50 years behind. So they're
Uh-huh.
going to put in a 50-year magisterial mission.
Mm-hmm.
And in 50 years, hopefully, we will be caught up to where we should be.
Okay.
And there should be no hunger in the world.
So humans haven't blown it completely. I mean, we've been given another chance. After the 50 years, if we're up to speed, then we can go on and continue.
This magisterial mission is to bring everyone to the point in 50 years where everyone is prosperous with all the necessities of life and more energy for their bodies and minds, and that people are in harmony with others in the world. That war is pretty well eliminated, a lot of disease eliminated, even more communication than we have now with other countries, even a closer contact with more people that are further away from us, other countries, China and so forth, Russia and so forth. So this is what they're doing. They are going to try and, with their help, to speed up this process to get us to that point where we should have been now. But in 50 years, hopefully, we will accomplish that with their help. They are going to actually implement the programs that will bring this about, working with the politicians. Now, you are going to be in a job. You have taken your job. Oh, how exciting. He has taken his job. How wonderful.
Can you tell us what your job is?
Not at this moment, but he will start giving us clues as we meet with him later.
Appreciate that.
Now, I was told that you have talked to President Trump. Is that right? You have. You really have. Were you in your Hispanic body? No, you were not. Were you talking to him in his mind? No, you actually were there.
In a different body?
You were in the Hispanic body, but you were not, you were talking to him. Now, I'm trying to understand how this would be. Were you talking to him directly? Oh, no.
Through AIDS?
Possibly through others. How would it have been? You were talking to President Trump, not through his mind. You were actually talking to him. Oh, you were talking to him by phone.
See?
Telephone. By phone. Oh, all right. Now I'm starting to understand what's going on. So you weren't there in your Hispanic body with him. You were talking to him by phone.
Okay.
All right. So I'm sure there's some way that you were doing that. I have no idea, but I don't know how you have his phone number, but so that's what you were doing. Do you do this, and are you going to continue this? You are. You are talking and speaking with President Trump by phone. Oh, I see. How marvelous, how wonderful. Well, that's wonderful. I have no idea how that will be, but I see. All right, thank you. Yes.
Does he know that you're Maitreya?
No,
Okay,
he does not.
Okay, so is he familiar with who you are as a phone conversationalist? Does he know you by name, by a name?
Yes, he does.
He knows you by a name. Does he think
Yes.
you're one of his aides? Are you one of his aides?
No.
Are you in his circle of influence, circle of people?
No. And yet you still are talking to him by phone.
So
How?
Do you feel like he accepts what you're saying?
He is. He is.
Uh-huh.
He is. He is accepting it. He is.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And we cannot really go into this anymore right now.
All right.
But it's by phone, so that was really an interesting situation to go through there, because I was trying to figure out how on earth that would happen, and now I understand. Thank you.
Can you tell us what kind of ideas or what kind of concepts you're giving him?
Yes, he can. It's not on world peace. The ideas right now, at this moment, are more on social reform.
Okay.
So that's a little different. But I have been told that you will talk to him about world peace, and that you, well, actually you're saying that you have also included that. Okay. Mm-hmm. You have talked to him about world peace and social reform. Okay. So both of those situations you have. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. And he does accept your advice. He is accepting it. Yes. All right, and we won't ask how you have his phone number. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. So you are in the know with President Trump. So that's wonderful. That's good. I hadn't even thought of the phone, Oh dear. But I suppose that you have many ways that you will accomplish your goals.
Do any of your team members or your circle of helpers, are they talking with any like Congress people or people that make the laws for our country, or that have political influence on our country?
They are not yet, but they will. They will. This is still in the very beginnings. But they will. They certainly will. And there are some very important issues, the North Korea situation and so forth, that I assume that he's already working on. Yes, he's already working on that. Yes. So.
Thank you. Thank you for working on that.
Thank you. We know that you are in control with your team and with the local father and mother. And we know that you are in control, and that we don't have to worry, and that you are our friend. You are a friend. I think that's the most important thing from this meeting, that you are a friend that wants to share with everyone in the world your friendship and your help and your love, and to give everyone joy and happiness, and to ultimately achieve the goal of the local universe father, that in 50 years that we will be up to speed, so to speak, where maybe we should be.
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention is what this is, of course. Of course, and I'm sorry that we have lagged behind. I think what we've been doing is playing too much instead of maybe looking at what the serious issues really are and working harder on them.
And as the local universe father and mother say, that we should be thanking you all for all the work you've done, for all the things you've set up for us, that you say that you've set up. Us thanking all of the work that you've done, and our thankfulness could be living better lives and helping others more. I'm just wondering if you have anything to say, Local Universe Mother. Again, thank you so much for bringing Lord Maitreya in. I was just wondering if there was something you needed to say, or if we should ask any questions to you, Local Universe Mother.
No, she says everything's going very well. She just wanted to bring Lord Maitreya in to introduce him. And as he is here as a, hopefully, someone that will be here for a while, for a long while, and I'm hoping it will be a long while. I just wanted to ask, the thought just occurred to me, will you have any part in the setting up the temple in the backyard? No, you're not. All right, I know the Infinite Mother was working on the temple to the Infinite Father. I just wondered if you had, but no, you're not going to be doing that or anything. Okay, that's fine. I just was curious. So what about that idea, though? Are you going to be setting up more temples around the world, or be instrumental in trying to do that? You will be. I'm getting temple from Lord Maitreya. Temple. So you won't be doing the one in our backyard, no, to speak, but you will be instrumental in setting up more temples. That's very interesting. I keep getting the word temple from him, that is an important thing, that he wants to perhaps initiate new temples for the world, with maybe messages from him and the celestials. Will these be temples on the physical plane? Oh, no. No. I see. So you're saying you are going to be setting up temples that are on the astral plane. Oh, I was wondering what was going on. I kept getting the word temple from him. So you are going to be setting up temples around the world that will be broadcasting your messages.
So like spiritual centers?
Spiritual centers. He's going to start building spiritual centers around this world. Wow. That's wonderful. That's wonderful too.
America, I would
In
assume?
America, yes. In America, of course. Europe, yes. Yes.
Asia?
The ones in the Great Tao,
Those work for that
those
already?
work very well for that, because number one, they are already putting out the message of Maitreya for vegetarianism, for sharing. They are already doing a lot. Yes, they are doing a lot of those. Salvation. I know there's a wonderful new temple in Canada for the Great Tao.
So North America, South America?
North America, yes, South America. He will be building a spiritual temple.
Africa, Australia?
Africa, Australia, yes. Australia has the Tao working hard there too.
True.
Now, is this a situation that you're doing just for this 50 years? No. He's saying it will continue.
These
spiritual
centers?
temples and spiritual centers will continue. They will be centers to give spiritual messages to the populace, to the people, in some way.
So we don't lag 50 years behind?
Absolutely, I guess so, to keep us going, keep us on the path, right. Well, that's a very interesting part of your mission that I didn't really know. I was told there would be a small temple in our backyard for the Infinite Father and Universal Father, but I had no idea that you would be actually building spiritual centers throughout the world, building temples, putting into place on a permanent basis. Would you like to tell us how many? No, they do not. They don't want to tell us how many. Can we say at least 10? Yes.
Worldwide?
Worldwide, at least 10 spiritual centers, new spiritual centers throughout the world.
When will this be done by? Do you have a projected time that these temples will be in place?
At the 50-year mark,
in the 50-year
they should be all in place. And that should help the populace from then on.
I see. And
the world. And this might be why then communication will be even closer and so forth, because there'll be a...
You mean with the local universe father and mother also?
No. I mean that the temples with the celestials will make the world even closer in helping them to provide for all the necessities and to do those things that need to be done for
Magisterial
everybody.
Mission programs.
Yes, all the mission programs that have been put in place for this 50 years. Yes. Well, thank you. That is an exciting thing to think about, that there will be temples, spiritual centers, putting out your messages, you see, putting out your messages through the world, because you are the last Buddha of this earth, and
the spiritual leader of our planet,
the spiritual leader of our planet, and you will have your centers that you work through and put out your messages to. How exciting, how wonderful. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that before, but now I'm beginning to see that this is a really huge program, bigger than I ever thought.
Of course.
And so these temples, will humans be able to go in them? No. But humans will be getting the messages from them. But there will be celestials in them to work and help the earth and help the people and keep things going well and keep everything.
Keep that influence present.
Yes, keep that. Yes. Well, thank you so much. Michael, do you have any other questions about all that?
About the spiritual centers?
Yes.
Well, I know that in some of the theosophical literature, they have hinted at some temples that might be built in the future when humanity is a little bit more evolved, a little bit more spiritual. Sixth race type temples. Is that what this is, or is this something different than that?
This is something different than that. Yes, it is. They will be primarily for Lord Maitreya's messages to be
for
given.
their purpose.
He is the spiritual leader. He is the fifth Buddha, the last Buddha of this earth. And they really are for him to broadcast his messages to all the world and bring everyone closer and bring everyone the peace and the joy and the basic necessities, but not only basic necessities, but to bring them abundance in the future. And that's what we should have. With the technology we have, we shouldn't be having to work so hard, especially in some countries that have to.
Well, I just wanted to ask another question, Lord Maitreya. Now, in being your friend, people on earth, you being their friend and us being your friend, should we pray to you? Should we worship you? How should we approach you as our friend to connect with you maybe on a regular basis in friendship? Is there a particular way, or do we just know that in our hearts that you're our friend and you're working for us to help us? How is that?
Well, when he came in, he wanted to be sure that we do not worship him. He does not want that. That is first and foremost.
What about praying?
He would rather that you pray to the local universe Father in the peace 10-year plan that he has provided, and the local universe Mother.
And also for spiritual healing.
And for spiritual healing,
and
so forth, yes. And thanking them for our blessings and so forth. He would really rather that you do that. He would rather that you think of him as your best friend.
Talk to him?
A best friend.
Can you talk
to him? Of course. But not to pray. Not to pray or worship.
Should we encourage people to talk to you?
No, not even really. He would really rather that you think of him as a worker for the local universe Father, and to direct your talking to the Father and the Mother.
But how do we interact? How do we interact with you, Lord Maitreya, as a friend?
As a friend. As a friend. He is a worker. He is your best friend, but he is not someone that he really wants you to pray to. He's saying, please, please, the 10-year plan is where you direct your prayers.
So just know that he's our friend, I guess.
He's our friend.
Enough, right?
He's our friend. Is it all right to talk to you? Yes, you can. You can do that, as long as you do not make it praying.
No, I know.
Excuse me.
I know that we'll be talking to him because
we'll be talking to him.
I just mean if we were to send out a general message that, Lord Maitreya, you are our friend and we are your friend, just a general message on how to approach you as a friend, basically.
He wants to be approached casually, not in a formal manner. And again, the prayer should be directed to the local father and mother. Direct to him. He is a friend. He is working for you. He is working for you. But not in a formal manner or a prayer, no.
All right.
No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. He doesn't think of himself that way. He wants it to be with the Father and the 10-year plan.
All right.
Thanking the Father 3 times
Fair
a
enough.
day.
Sure.
And praying to the Mother for the good health and the blessings and so forth. No, he is a worker who's going to try and implement programs, put in place plans, so that we can have a better world for everyone. Everyone. Hopefully in that time or in the future, we can have our prisons emptied, our hospitals mostly emptied, and that is his goal, to actually make programs where things like that with technology can happen. So he is a friend. Think of him as a friend, he says.
Okay.
He says, I'm not to be worshipped, and please pray to the Father and direct your prayers there. But you can call on him and call him a friend.
Okay.
And talk to him.
I thank you.
can.
I thank you for being a friend.
Yes.
And I've begun to thank you for all the work you're doing for us. Those are part of my prayers and my thankfulness every day, is thanking Maitreya too. Thanking you, Lord Maitreya, for all the work you do.
There you are. There you go. Michael, you have what he wants. You can thank him.
Yeah.
You can thank him.
I've started doing that.
Do not pray to him particularly.
Yeah.
Do not worship him. But he will welcome thanks.
Thanks for
because
your
he's a
efforts.
worker, and
Thank
his
you.
effort, he has been sacrificing all his, I can't say all his life because I have no idea how long that is. Oh dear, all his life. But he has been sacrificing for everyone.
Yeah.
And that he will accept. He will
All right.
accept your thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Thanks.
So, Maitreya, Lord Maitreya, thank you for your offering up yourself for us, for our salvation, and for our happiness, and for the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
For the world to become what the Father wanted it to be. By this time, I guess, but maybe in 50 years we'll have it. How about that? We'll certainly try.
Well, we thank you ahead of time for your efforts.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Local Universe Mother and Lord Maitreya. Michael, they still want to talk to us for a few more minutes. We thank you for being here, but it seems like there's more that you want to talk about for a little bit here. Local Universe Mother, no. It's Lord Maitreya. What do you want to say to us, Lord Maitreya? What do you want to say? Not us personally, to the world. He wants to talk to the world. Number one, he would like to tell the world that to feed 2 billion more people by 2050 means that we have to make some changes. And vegetarianism would help that. So you're saying that that's one point that you want to tell the people to think about in the world, for the whole world, vegetarianism. He wants to give a more normal life and happiness and some comfort to the animal kingdom. This is a part of his mission. He is the last Buddha. these animals need to develop in a more normal way. So many of them, their lives are cut short to be served on a plate. These animals have emotional bodies, and they deserve to have his attention also. Next, he is concerned that we're using our technology too much for our pleasure. We need to use it more to provide ways of healing people. I just want to make a comment. I was reading in the Time magazine that was saying 8 out of 10 cancer patients have malnutrition. 8 out of 10. Which means that here we are in this prosperous country of America, and our people are not being fed enough to keep them in really good health. The nutrition part is being undervalued today of our food. Instead, we're looking at taste, which is wonderful, but taste, which includes sugar and salt a lot, and
shelf life.
And shelf life, which is not giving us as many fresh fruits and vegetables.
Quick food production.
And quick food production. So, if 8 out of 10 of cancer patients are malnutritioned, then certainly something is wrong.
And technology should be used to improve food quality.
Yes. Food quality.
And food distribution.
And food distribution needs to be really worked on in the world. Now, of course, America, we have these wonderful supermarkets.
Didn't you say that one third of all meat production is for pets?
Well, that was also in the Time magazine, that 1/3 of the meat that is slaughtered is for pet food, for our pets in America here. And that's a large amount, 1/3.
Food needed to feed
people.
But food needed to feed the animals could be used for people.
Of course, but we must remember that dogs can certainly be fed on grains. Many animals can be fed on grains. And so animals do not have to be slaughtered, for so many of our pets. So 1/3 goes to that. So he's saying that he has come not just for humans. He is also coming for the other kingdoms of this world, which include, I know there's a problem with the bee population, different things that there are certainly involved in food production, because he is very concerned with food production. If we do have 2 billion more people in the next by 2050, we really have to be prepared and think about seriously some of these issues that he would like spread.
So point number 1, feed 2 billion more people in 50 years.
Well, by 2050. That's not even 50 years.
Okay, I'm sorry.
2050, they are saying that we will probably have 2 more billion people on the earth.
In that point, vegetarianism is the key to a more normal life, happiness, and comfort for the animal kingdom.
Yes.
Animals to develop in a normal way. The second point was too much technology for pleasure.
Yes. More of it should be used for these really important things that we need in the world, really important. Getting food distributed to people that are starving today or have very little to feed their families. So these are some points that he wanted to make before he left, and he has not left yet. He has a few more points.
Okay.
All right. So he's saying, number one, of course, the vegetarianism. Number two, he's not here just for humans. He is also here for the other kingdoms that exist on this earth. He wants to achieve a goal that in this 50-year magisterial mission, at the end of it, that the animals will be more properly cared for, and that a majority of them can live out a life that is not threatened by the slaughterhouse at an early time. He would like to see the animals develop also in a more normal way and treated better. I was reading about the horses have been just, the wild horses have been treated terribly and chased down by helicopters till they drop and die, and things like that.
I've heard that, thousands of sharks are killed every year, but sharks are so important to our ecosystem.
Exactly,
Things like
exactly.
that.
He is here, of course, again, we know you have been here, Lord Maitreya, for a long time. But he is saying he is here for this mission, magisterial mission, to also include all levels of life on the earth. He is concerned with all of it, not just humans. And the value of our life, but also of the other kingdoms, the value of their life too. Again, I mentioned the bee. The bee, is in some danger, and others also. So, again, we thank you, Lord Maitreya, for bringing out these points. These are some of the things that you will also be working on. He also wants to mention that resources beyond food he is going to be involved in. And that would be medical, not medical care per se, but just making sure that people have the resources to obtain medical care. He would like to do some redistribution of the financial resources in the world so that people could have proper medical care as needed. And his hope is that with the change in the food production, that people's health will improve when millions of people that are starving will then have adequate food, that the health overall will increase, and everyone will be better off eventually.
So improved world health.
Improved world health, yes.
Through
better food distribution and
healthier food,
ways of growing food that are healthier for people, so forth. All of those things he is interested in, and will have some of his teams working on that. Are you through yet? He's not through yet. He's still working over here. We usually have a meeting for about an hour, but he is on top of things here.
These are
he wants
messages,
to get things done.
These are messages
directly
to
from
the world.
him to the world, yes. Yeah. They are. These are things that he is vitally interested in. So you were also saying that you feel that too much amusements and distractions are taking us away from solving the real problems of the world. Because there are countries that are so prosperous, they don't have as much starvation and so forth as some other countries, and so sometimes we forget to think of our brothers in other countries. And somehow with redistribution, that they can have some of this prosperity and excess.
It seems to me like technology, cell phones, movies, computer, TV shows distract from solving real issues and taking people away from living.
Well, he's saying this technology was given to us to solve all of these problems, and we are using it for entertainment as a priority. We are using the internet and the technology for entertainment as a priority.
Not for solving the world's problems, making the world
We are using them for that, but the priority is still entertainment. Certainly in our country, I think.
What is the average person doing that has a cell phone? They're looking at their messages and very concerned with social interaction. in a friendly way with friends and talking about
Well, that's good.
superfluous
That's
things
good.
sometimes.
That's good.
But it could be used a little bit more effectively.
Yes, the technology could be used more effectively. Yes. That is all that he wants to put out tonight.
For the world.
For the world, but he will continue as he meets with us and talks to us. Every third week we are hoping that we will have a message from you. Mother, is there anything more that you would like to say? No. Lord Maitreya, do you have anything more to say? No. Then may we only offer our thanks and our joy that you are here. We will try, we will do our very best to spread these messages that you are putting out to the world. We will do our best. We thank you again.
Thank you.
We're going to have the song by Michael, and it's called Maitreya, and it's just for you. Michael has written this song, but he feels that he has been given the message from celestials, and so we hope that you enjoy it.
This is called Maitreya. To you, Lord Maitreya, thank you so much. This is designed to spread your message throughout the world, especially to the young people of our world. And this is on our new album called The Sixth Revelation.
Maitreya, 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 Maitreya. You world teacher, Lord of light, I feel your presence as we speak, moving and shaking the forces divine, changes for humanity. Maitreya, 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 Maitreya. Here and now we welcome your grace. I know a new day has begun. Leave all the past and the fear behind us. Peace and joy for everyone. Paradise Son, to earth you come. Welcome. Maitreya, 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 Maitreya. Your team of celestials, a powerful crew, a group to get the job fulfilled, transforming our world, bringing truth and light, a golden age, what a thrill. Maitreya, 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 Maitreya.
Well, that was for you, Lord Maitreya. Hope you enjoyed it.
He did. He did. Thank you.
I know it's modern. It's a little bit more modern than I'm certainly used to with my classical training at UC Irvine for my Bachelor of Music degree. But I feel a new direction is needed to perhaps spread your message to our youth also.
Yes, yes. He agrees. He agrees. May we only offer our thanks and our joy that you are here. We will try. We will do our very best to spread these messages that you are putting out to the world. We will do our best. We thank you again.
Thank you.
They're not here.